lets go the fatal throw, and the Babe tucks it into the bleachers for his first homer of the series.
Oh my gosh! Shohei Ohtani! The greatest day in baseball history!
They call him the Japanese Babe Ruth, but Babe Ruth, that's insufficient for a comparison.
It is always such an honor to be putting together such a prestigious project. And in this case, Babe Ruth and Shohei Ohtani, once again, our third installation of something like this. And also, it's just always so important to us, not only for the integrity of our company, but the integrity of the piece and the customer that's going to get it eventually, is to make sure everything that we are putting into this custom piece is authenticated. In this case, obviously, the Ruth Auto is PSA encapsulated, and we're cracking that out of that case. And then the relics are all coming out of Topps products, and, as well as the Shohei Ohtani autograph. Finally, with pieces like this, we're always looking to add value. So whatever investment the owner of these pieces has into it in total, we want to make sure at the end of the day, whatever we do to it is going to exponentially add value. If he wants to flip it, if he wants to sell it, if he wants to leave it for his grandkids, whatever they're going to do with it, we want to make sure the investment is worth the time and energy we're putting into it for them and what they're paying us to do. So as I started thinking through the design of this piece, the word monumental kept coming to mind. And as a designer, I started thinking through that a little more abstractly, and I thought to myself, what would it look like if this captures all these pieces like in a monument? What would that look like from a design standpoint? And then I started thinking about incorporating circular elements along with soft square elements with the openings, and then finally in the background where the foiling is going to be, using the rounded elements and the straight edges to bring all this together. And I'm really happy with how this turned out. I kind of started with the concept, and Aaron took it from there and really brought this all together as a complete design. When thinking through the end result of a project like this, I'm always thinking through what is going to bring the viewer's eyes and attention to the right places. And in the right places in a situation and piece like this is obviously the autographs and the relics. And the way that we design, the way we build this in, we don't want to take away from that. So a lot of times when I look at other designers and other custom card makers and their designs, I see a lot of busyness, I see a lot of gaudiness, and it almost takes away from what you're trying to bring attention to. So we want to bring attention and highlight the pieces within the card. So we're always thinking through the process of not taking away from that, but having a clean design, and everything built in around it only enhances what your attention should be on, and that's the autographs and the relics embedded within. So we started with finding photos of these players, and these photos I think are awesome. They fit the piece perfectly, but then also the capability to be able to take these photos that were essentially taken 100 years apart from each other, putting them in one art piece to make it make sense, to make it look congruent, to make it look like they belong with each other. We're really proud that we're able to do that with the colorization of the Ruth photo and what we did with Ohtani. And then bringing that down to the next step, those relics. These are pieces of history. Ruth and Ohtani, their DNA, their blood, sweat, and tears into these artifacts, and then finally capping it all off with the autographs. And obviously these are pieces that they had in their hands, that they wrote their names, and all of this together in one incredible piece. What an honor, again, to be able to put this together. And this card features the gold textured hollow foil. It has a gold 1/1 stamp, and the way that this all came together so seamlessly is honestly probably the cornerstone of Reclaim Customs' portfolio, and I can only hope that the owner of this piece, it'll also be the cornerstone of their collection.